Stop falling for the grow taller hacks on TikTok. They don't work. If your growth plates are closed, you're done for. However, what you can do is fix your posture, which will actually make you taller regardless of your growth plates.
For context, I'm 6'2", but I wasn't even standing at this height till I figured out these 3 stretches that improve your posture. The first stretch you want to do is lay face down and arch your back upwards for at least 1 minute. How do I stop loneliness? I can't stop it or ever get rid of it, no matter how much things I do to distract myself from it. I seriously need help because that is the main root for a good amount of my problem and issues. Thanks, bro. Alright. Listen, so I could just give you generic advice saying, go talk to more people, go talk to girls, start socializing more, and to an extent, that may help, but that is only a temporary fix. Because people come and go, regardless if we want to admit it or not. You know, whether if it's friends, family, relationships, it doesn't matter. People come and go. So you have to find the main root of what the problem is, the main root of why your loneliness. It could be maybe you're not confident, maybe you're not in places to socialize, you know, whatever it is. Because you have to be okay with being lonely. Okay, whether if we like to admit it or not, you have to be okay with being lonely, because who else is gonna enjoy your company if you enjoy your own, right? I mean, now I'm not saying you have to be lonely for the rest of your life, but you have to be okay with being lonely for certain periods of your life, you know? Work on that one goal that is greater than ourselves, you know, whether if it's the gym, you know, achieving that dream physique, or like me, playing basketball, doing the things you love. Because those things will start to add up. And while you do have to work on every area of your life, when you focus on this one thing greater than life. 2 guys are bored. One decides to scroll on TikTok and the other plays video games. Which one is better? The first guy gets stuck on a loop scrolling on TikTok, consuming short clips and receiving dopamine as a result. The second guy picks up a controller, but instead of consuming dopamine, he's using his brain to solve real-world problems. They both cure their boredom, but which one is better? Well, the guy who picked up the controller is, because unlike scrolling on TikTok all day, he uses his brain to solve real-world problems. Oh yeah, and the third guy?
He went to the gym.
Oh yeah, he won.
When I say go, I want you to spot everything in your area that is the color blue. 3, 2, 1, go. Look around. Anything. It could be a light, an object, doesn't matter. Anything blue, lock it in your brain. Okay, I'm gonna assume you already found something now, so stop. Close your eyes now and think about everything around you that was red. I got you. There were probably a lot of red things in your area, but you happened to not notice them because you're too focused on the blue, and that's exactly how your life works. You don't miss opportunities because they don't exist, you miss them because you overlook them. It's the same thing for reasons why someone may like you, or the reasons why you're improving your life. If your brain is only wired to see the bad things, then that's all you're bound to see. Sometimes you just gotta change your perspective. 3 signs your attention span is cooked. Sign number 1 is that you can't even make it till the end of this video. Listen bro, this video is gonna be 60 seconds long, and in reality, that's not a long time. But you're so used to that back-to-back dopamine that you're probably already itching to scroll away from this video right now. Sign number 2 is that you always need constant stimulation. Whether if you're doing a task like studying, or if you're watching a show or a movie, and you always grab your phone because you cannot go a certain amount of time without that constant stimulation. You always need that quick stimulant. What you should do is the Pomodoro technique, where you do something productive for 25 minutes and then you take a 5-minute break. Do that cycle over and over again to prevent you from burning out. Number 3, you find it difficult to have conversations. You zone out, you can't focus on the other person or on what they're saying. This is because you teach your brain to only focus for 60 seconds max, and if anything exceeds that, like a conversation, you automatically lose track.
Follow so you can revive your attention span.
Facts that will instantly boost your confidence. People see you 20% more attractive than what you see of yourself. You're the only one that knows yourself best, so therefore you're the only one that knows all your flaws. 2 is that you look more like your mirror self than what you do in selfies. You know how you find yourself more attractive in the mirror than compared to the selfie? Well, the good news is that the mirror image is actually more accurate. Number 3 is that people remember how you made them feel versus how you look. You could literally be the ugliest guy in the world, but as long as you're somewhat charismatic and funny, people will like you just for that. Number 4 is that you are already someone's type. Bro, there's literally 8 billion people in this world. Let's say 99% of them find you ugly. Well, that still leaves 80 million people that still are your type. Lastly, your brain can't tell the difference between confidence and faking confidence. Similar to how you fake it till you make it, if you fake being confident, your brain will rewire itself to actually believe you are confident. 3 clothing hacks you probably didn't know about until now. If your pants are too loose, simply unzip your pants, take the button and loop it through the belt hook, and zip your pants back up, and then you should no longer need a belt. If you're wearing an oversized hoodie, simply fold out your sweater, curl it up, and now it shouldn't fall out throughout the day. Did you know that you can fold your t-shirt in just 3 seconds? First, you lay it flat on the ground, grab the top with your right hand, the middle with your left, bring the right over to the bottom, lift it up, bring your left hand through it, and fold it over, and boom. Before you go to bed tonight, avoid doing these 3 things. Number 1 is blue light exposure. I understand you want to go on your phone before you go to bed, but understand that the blue light exposure will keep you awake. All that I would suggest is to turn on the night shift mode in your phone, and it'll block out all the blue light exposure. Number 2 is snacking. When you eat right before you go to bed, your body spends that energy digesting the food rather than fully recovering. Even if you get a full night's of rest, 8 to 9 hours, you will still wake up feeling tired. So avoid eating anything for at least 2 hours before going to bed. Number 3, and lastly, is intense exercise. A recent study actually came out showing that when you do intense exercise right before going to sleep, it affects your sleep performance. That's because intense exercise makes your body temperature rise and your heart rate increase. You're scrolling on your phone because you're bored and got nothing else to do. It's okay, bro, I got you. Here are 3 productive things you can do when you're bored, and the last one can actually make you money. Number 1 is to clean your room. You can make it fun and turn it into a game. Let's say it would take you an hour to clean your room on average. Well, cut that time in half.
And try to clean your room before the timer runs out.
Number 2 is to create a prison-style exercise. Shuffle them up a little bit. You then put the cards beside you, put it up, and it is a 7, so therefore I would do 7 push-ups. You do that if you can until you can't finish the deck. Oh, and also, if you get a king, that means you have to do 100. And lastly, number 3 is to sell unwanted items. You probably have a lot of things in your room right now that you aren't even using, and they're just there, just collecting dust. Now you can easily list on eBay or Facebook Marketplace and exchange it for cash.
So look around your room and find things that you don't have a use for, and then take pictures and list on Facebook Marketplace or eBay and then sell.
I fell asleep amid the flowers for a couple of hours on a beautiful.
You sit down, scroll on TikTok, and then you hit your vape. Then you get hungry and decide to eat something sugary. When you're finished, you get bored and need more stimulation. You then grab some lotion and then go do your thing. These aren't decisions that you made that day, but habits that you've built over time. So ask yourself, what decisions are you making now that you'll regret in 5 years? If you get an answer you don't like, that's how you know it's the right one.
If you check your screen time, here's what your most used app says about you. Instagram. You tend to care about how you're perceived and you want to curate your life, but you tend to compare yourself a little too often. YouTube. You tend to be curious about deeper stuff in longer form videos as compared to shorter form videos, but you also tend to lose a lot of hours without even realizing it. Snapchat. You tend to always seek constant connection and you never want to miss out the moment, and you usually have that FOMO mentality. TikTok. You crave quick dopamine and you probably use it as a way to procrastinate. Lastly, if the Taco Bell app is your most used app, then you have to overcooked. 3 things you have to experience before turning 20. I just recently turned 20, so therefore I felt like I had to make this video. Number 1, get your heart broken. Nothing will shape a young man's heart and soul better than a heartbreak. You'll become more motivated. You'll want to be in the best shape of your life. You'll want to improve your money, your looks, status, and all the above. Obviously, I'm not saying you should force a heartbreak, but when it does happen, just know it's only good for you if you allow it. Number 2, learn a skill on your own. Because most things that we learn before 20 years old is mostly what school has forced upon us. However, when you genuinely choose a skill because it's something you enjoy, you have a passion for, and that you really want, you'll end up becoming good at it. It'll eventually shape who you are, and in some cases, it can become your career, like me with content creation. Number 3, leave your hometown and travel. There's a whole world out there with different things to see, different people to see, and new experiences to be had. Because you are at a point in your life where you still have the least amount of responsibilities in your life. Get some friends, or you can go alone and travel because you may never get these experiences ever again. 3 signs that you're street smart, which is also known as practical intelligence.
Number one, you're always aware of your surroundings. You're an observer. You always notice the small things around people, whether if it's environments, they're going about your day, or a social setting. You tend to notice the small things about them, like their name, clothing, etc. Two is that you're good at problem solving. You're a strategic thinker and you can usually come up with a solution given the situation, or at least make an inference guess at bare minimum. And number three is resourcefulness. You often use unconventional ways at solving problems. Yo, Cazzy, I'm having a hard time selling this chain right now. What have you tried so far? I made some listings on eBay, Facebook Marketplace. I told a few friends about it. Maybe you should give your chains to fashion creators and give them a code you use for their audience, and then when they get sales, you can get a commission from that. You know what? That sounds like a good idea, and it won't even cost me anything. I'm gonna follow cazzyofficial for more tips. 3 things to do when you're bored. Number 1, use a pull-up bar. It only costs $20 to get, and you should set a standard for yourself. Every time you walk by it, you have to do 5 pull-ups, meaning if you do 5 a day, that's 25 pull-ups in one day. Number 2, sell unwanted items. We have tons of unused items right now that still hold value, so get out your phone, take some pictures, and post them on eBay and Facebook Marketplace for some extra cash. And number 3, do some home workouts. The gym can be an investment, so doing something little as just push-ups every time a commercial comes on, or using weights to do plyometric systems will help a ton. And it will still keep you in good shape for the time being if you're consistent with it. Bro, why am I always so tired no matter what time I wake up at? It's probably because your sleep cycle is messed up. Alright bro, get out. Nah bro, seriously, the time that you go to sleep at is very dependent on the time that you wake up at. Alright, so what time should I go to bed then? Well, it's very dependent on what time you go to bed at in order to find out what time you wake up at, but I would highly suggest following this graph right here to determine that decision. You know what? I'm gonna follow cazzyofficial for more.